Hi, all. Welcome back to my podcast. This is the October edition of my podcast called Financial Freedom with Sandeep Anand. October, a great month. That's the start of the fall in Northern Hemisphere, and there's festivities and celebrations all around the world with October Fest celebrations in Germany. It's the start of the festivity season in India, and so overall, it's a great jubilant month that we can look forward to. And as usual, in my podcast, there are four sessions that starts with the first part, which is the company or the stock of the month. Second part, which is the money tip or wealth tip. Third is book of the month. And finally, I'll end with a personal mastery tip that one can implement. So starting with a stock of the month or the company that's in highlight this time is a company from India, which is the oldest and largest firm in India that just crossed a market capitalization of $200 billion, making it the ninth largest company in Asia itself. I'm talking about Reliance Industries, which forms 10% of India's total market capitalization of listed companies, and the stock has doubled over just the last couple of years. It's been in news for a lot of reasons with it's a company that just started as a textile business in 70s and 80s. It expanded into energy business, then to retail business, and finally now into tech and telecom provider business following a B2C model. Now when I said 10% of India's market capitalization, we need to take a caution about India's current market capitalization, which has been downsized a lot. The market capitalization to GDP ratio stands at a mere 70% as of date, around approximately that levels, because of a lot of correction that happened. And so, 10% of the market capitalization code can go down if the total country's market capitalization goes up. The inspiring CEO, Mukesh Ambani, he led the company and has signed around 18 large deals totaling up to $27 billion with some of the marquee investors, including Facebook, Google, General Atlantic, KKR, and Silver Lake. Company has aspiration to become debt-free soon and also tap into the large unorganized retail market in India. What allured investors could be their Geo digital platform. Geo platform has been in use for last 4 5 years, and it's the largest digital provider in India, whether in terms of internet, whether in terms of telecom, and even retail business plans. Now they have strong retail business plans, and leveraging the power of technology and the digital platforms ahead, and Reliance could well create a Shopify movement in retail to compete with Amazon in India. It's a wait and watch game. Coming to the next section, which is money tip. Now, the money tip today is an interesting one where I'm talking about a concept called that all debts are not bad debts. There are good debts and bad debts. Now, what is a good debt? Good debt is when your debt to equity ratio is less than zero point 0.5. How do you calculate your personal debt to equity ratio? First, arrive at your net worth, which is total assets minus total liabilities. When you divide the total liabilities over your net worth, you get debt to equity ratio. Now, it's a good debt if you have less than zero point 0.5 as the debt to equity ratio, and you can benefit from the power of financial leverage with other people's money. I will do a dedicated video on this, but for now, understand the money tip that there are good debts, and the good debts are especially perfect when it is or safer when it is less than a debt to equity ratio of zero point 0.5 or even zero point 0.6. Now, the third session of the podcast is book of the month, and the book of the month is Mindset, the New Psychology of Success, written by Carol Dweck, one who is regarded as one of the world's leading researchers in the fields of personality and social psychology and even developmental psychology. Core message from the book is that there are two types of mindsets, the growth and the fixed mindset. The growth is the one you to have if you want to thrive and become better at anything in life, career, or relationships. This book could have been more succinct and better structured, but it's definitely worth a read for some thought provoking ideas if you really consider growth as the future strategy for life. And final session is personal mastery tip. What we can learn from Elon Musk when it comes to doing critical work as priority. Well, that's a personal mastery tip I learned a few couple of years back. He says focus on signals over noise. He said at the University of California speech. Don't waste your time on things that actually doesn't make things better. One of the way he does this is, I'm talking about Elon Musk, is by eliminating as many meetings as he can. Excessive meetings are the blight of big companies and almost always gets worse over time, he wrote to his employees in 2018. He says to ensure that you are providing value to the whole audience if you are attending a meeting. Otherwise, just walk out. Definitely, they are different from 99% of other corporates where meeting is just the way to prove productivity, unfortunately. So you decide which critical task you want to focus when you start your day. And there it ends my podcast. Thanks for staying with me so far, and we'll meet again in the beautiful month of November for my next podcast. Bye again.